The best in baseball got together for the 89th All-Star Game, and Mike Trout shined as he went deep in another Midsummer Classic.
Into left, it is gone. He's pretty good.
Then the Astros clutch duo went back-to-back in extras to seal the deal for an AL victory. Now the Stars are here at the Big A to get the second half started. The Halos need to get hot to keep their hopes alive as they go against the defending world champions. Astros versus Angels, next.
It's a beautiful night to kick off the ceremonial second half here at Angels Stadium. The Angels welcoming in the Houston Astros. It's a 10-game homestand against the Astros. It's a 3-game set, and it begins tonight. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth and back to Angels baseball here on Fox Sports West, along with Mark Gubiza. I'm Victor Rojas, and of course, just a couple of days ago, we saw Mike Trout once again shine at the All-Star Game. And Gooby, it seems like every year we continue to talk about how good he performs on that national stage.
Victor, he really is amazing. It's worthy of a Carlos Cam replay. What he has done on a couple of occasions in the fall, in the Classic there at the All-Star Game, going the other way against Greinke for a home run to right field. At that point, Greinke was throwing the ball exceptional. And then this past All-Star Game, Mike Trout does it again against DeGrom, one of the best pitchers in the National League this season. Hits one out to left center field, over 400-foot shot. So 6 times he's hit in an All-Star Game, 5 extra base hits for Trout in All-Star action. He shines in the biggest moments as usual.
And that All-Star Game footage usually just markets itself. And tonight we will focus in on the starting pitchers, a couple of lefties on the mound. In the opener of this 3-game set, Dallas Keuchel. You don't hear much about him this year because of the other big names, and Tyler Skaggs for the Angels.
Both have been exceptional when you look at their last 6 starts. 4-0 for Keuchel with an ERA 2.17. Tyler Skaggs really worthy of an All-Star selection. Also 4-1 his last 6 starts with an ERA under 1. Has pitched very well in his career versus the Astros, just like Keuchel was 10-2 in his career versus the Angels.
Halos 14 back in the West, 9 back in the second wild card spot as we're just about ready for baseball here in Southern California. Sit back and relax. Lineups and first pitch when we return.
Huh? Cherokee. Embrace every new opportunity with a redesigned exterior and 31 Highway MPG. Test drive one today. By Mercury Insurance, we're on a mission to save you money. Log on to mercuryinsurance.com to get a fast free quote and see how much you can save. And by your SoCal Mazda dealers.
Another warm night for baseball here in Southern California. It's only going to get warmer as this week progresses. Temperatures going to touch the triple digits once again, as it did a couple of weeks ago. Boy, oh boy, that was a lot of fun. Very comfortable. Yeah, it's good to see the boys back on the field. Let's see what they can do with this 10-game homestand that is upcoming. 3 against the Astros, 4 against the Chicago White Sox, and next weekend you got 3 against the Seattle Mariners. So if you're going to make any type of move whatsoever, you better start making some moves now as far as winning games. And obviously the Astros, a very good ball club. They sit atop the Western Division with a 5-game lead over the Seattle Mariners. And even though they kind of dropped down a little bit, became somewhat pedestrian for a little bit, saw Seattle get very close. This is an Astros team that's clicking on all cylinders and doing so without Carlos Correa. They could take the time to get him healthy because they've got guys like Marwin Gonzalez to step in.
Yeah, they're very deep and they pitch very well. They defend well on the defensive side as far as fielding percentage. So they're about as complete as team there is in baseball at this moment.
Let's take a look at the starting lineup for the Houston Astros, brought to you by City National Bank. A.J. Hinch is their manager, and they roll into town tonight with a 64-35 mark. It'll be Springer leading things off at center. Bregman's at third. Altuve at second. Gurriel, the cleanup hitter, at first base. Gaddis at DH. Reddick is in right. Marwin Gonzalez, as we just talked about, is at shortstop. Max Stassi behind the plate. Kyle Tucker, the youngster, out in left field. He will bat ninth as Tyler Skaggs takes the mound for the Angels. This will be his 18th start of the season, 7-5 with a 2.57 ERA.
He has thrown the ball very, very well this season. He's got 90 hits allowed in just 98 innings pitched, 105 punch-outs during that stretch. Excellent career high as far as that, and wins so far. My go-tos for Tyler to be successful against the Astros today, though, is throw his curve for strikes. Once he's established in the strike zone with the curve, then get some swing and miss, some strikeouts with that curveball, and then ride that high fastball for part of the strike zone. When he's able to do that, he is very, very effective with that 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Mentioned career high already in strikeouts and wins this season for Skaggs.
Check out the defense behind Tyler Skaggs tonight, and it looks very similar to what we've seen, especially going into the break. Although no Cole Calhoun in the lineup today, you've got Jabari Blash instead out in right field, Upton and Trout the other 2 outfielders. Fletcher and Simmons on the left side, Kinsler, Marte on the right side, Maldonado behind the plate.
And as much as Tyler has improved on the mound as far as throwing the baseball, he's really improved on the defensive side. You go back to 2016, 11 stolen bases and 11 attempts. 2017, 9 stolen bases and 10 attempts. So this season, though, just 3 stolen bases and 6 attempts. Done a nice job as far as holding the baseball, quick to the plate, and a solid move to first base. We know the Astros like to run, so stopping a running game going to be important for Tyler Skaggs.
Yeah, the funny thing about that, as you mentioned, the fact that he hasn't had to do anything other than hold the baseball and learn to be comfortable with that. And that has really limited the opposition this year.
He's completely under control, both as far as the running game and on the mound this season.
George Springer ready to lead things off for the Houston Astros. This is their 100th game of the season. 249 batting average, 15 home runs, 46 runs batted in. 333 on base percentage. He likes to swing early and often. First one's off the plate, and it's ball 1. The Angels and the Astros have played just 6 games this year. 3 games set here, 3 games set in Houston, and they've split the 6 games, 3-3. So the Angels have played the Astros very well.
All been close games for the most part also.
1 ball, 1 strike. Halos coming into play tonight with a 49-48 mark, a game over 500. They're a game over 500 here at home. A 24-23 record. There's the skipper. That is a foul ball. Ricochets off of Maldonado. That's 1 ball, 2 strikes. Skaggs, Tropiano, and Heaney for the Angels this weekend set as far as the starting pitchers are concerned. Tomorrow's game will be on Fox. Gooby and I'll be back with you on Fox Sports West on Sunday afternoon. There's Andrew. 1-2 upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
There's that high fastball. He's been getting a lot of swing and misses up late with that pitch upstairs because he throws his curveball from that same plane. It's like Barry Zito was very successful with Oakland. That same philosophy. High fastball, break a ball starting that plane and then fall out of the strike zone.
This is pulled to left field, a base hit. So leadoff single. The Astros have their leadoff man on board for Alex Bregman.
With Alex Bregman coming to play, let's take a look at the Coors Light refreshing finish and what both Bregman and Springer did in the All-Star game. At that point, extra innings. Bregman home run, followed up by Springer with a home run. Also back-to-back home runs for the American League against the National League. It basically came back to the Astros versus the Dodgers once again.
There's Bregman. 288 on the year. Has 20 home runs and 64 runs batted in. Slow breaking ball misses low. Chris Siegel calling the balls and strikes tonight. Gabe Morales at first. Ed Hickox at second. Jerry Meals, the crew chief, over at third base. The crew for this weekend's set. Mentioned the Astros run a little bit. They're fifth in the American League with 53 bags. Springer has 6 and has been caught 3 times. Tyler falls behind here. 2 balls and no strikes.
Bregman's grounded into 12 double plays. Skaggs has had 12 double plays turned behind him this season.
Good crowd tonight. Still filing in here on this Friday night. Backpack giveaway. Upstairs, Springer stops. Looks like it was hit and run, at least in his mind. Marte applies the tag as Springer trying to do the old swim move. He thinks he may have gotten in there.
I think they're going to take a look at it right away. They ran down to check out the replay. Slight hesitation, then he tried to swim around on that tag by Marte. Here's a great angle right here. I think he's in there.
Yep, he's safe. Marte whiffed on the tag. That, to me, is the toughest part of a first baseman, especially a right-handed first baseman, is that blind spin around, and all you're doing is kind of just going to an area.
I think for Martin Maldonado, I think you got to try to get rid of that baseball as quick as possible, get into a rundown scenario as compared to try to make a tag. We've seen Mike Trout do this so well. And where he tagged him, I thought maybe if he got him on the arm before he got his hand on the base, I think he's going to be ruled safe.
Taking a look at it, challenged by A.J. Hinch, and we think it'll be turned around. Overruled.
Something that the Angels have done very well against Springer over his career. The Angels have picked him off a number of times. Right there, hand in before the tag applied. It's a big moment right here. If you get him out, especially 3-0, otherwise you have a man on first on a 3-0 count to the All-Star MVP in Bregman, Alex Bregman.
Taking a long time to come to a conclusion.
Saw one of those plays on Sunday in the game, took for a long time, and we were thinking there's no way it was going to be overturned, and
call gets overturned here. The man at first, 3-0 count on Bregman. It was kind of an odd break even to begin with by Springer. It was almost a delayed steal. Didn't think you'd be hitting and running with the 2-0 count.
Now you don't want to take a 2-0 count hit and run for a guy with this type of power. 20 home runs. No.
Altuve on deck. 3-0 pitch.
52 extra base hits this season for Bregman.
Short, compact swing.
Remember, he got hot last year against the Angels. Really was struggling early on. It was midway through the season. Started hitting the ball back up the middle very well.
And a walk. So 2 on to start the game. Nobody out. Now Altuve coming up.
It's the scenario you want to try to avoid as much as possible. Altuve with his career numbers against the Angels and Tyler Skaggs. Skaggs has pitched very well for the most part against the Astros. 4-2 with a 2.76 ERA. But Altuve, very good numbers against Skaggs. Batting average at .389.
Altuve at .332 on the season, second in the American League to Mookie Betts. Swinging through that first pitch, 0-1. .23 doubles, 2 triples, 9 home runs, and 44 runs batted in for Jose. .329 hitter with men in scoring position. He's got Springer at second and Bregman at first, just underway. A single and a walk for Houston. That's blocked by Martin.
I know it's odd to say, but the Angels have actually pitched Altuve pretty good this year.
Yep.
This is a .304 batting average. When you think about it, a .350 career hitter against the Angels, so they pitched him pretty well. They've got him to chase breaking balls out of the strike zone. All-time numbers. Never a bad time to get Cookie in there.
Nope. Altuve needed that all-star break. He had really cooled off in the month of July, for him anyway. .268 hitter this month. Takes a strike, 1-2. No Carlos Correa, still dealing with a back issue. Keuchel still on the DL, able to come off on Monday. The White Sox are in town. 1-2 from Skaggs. Taking ball back up the middle. Simmons can't come up with it. Thought he had a shot. After that ball hit the mound, Springer scores easily. 1-0 Houston. Right back up the box. 45th run batted in for Altuve. The Angels will play from behind.
When you look at Altuve, he uses the entire field as well as anybody in the game. You can't play in the pole. You can't think in terms of going the other way. Even down, there's a pretty good pitch. All-speed pitch right back up the batter's box and through past the mound and up the middle. It's a good piece hit once again by Jose Altuve. Very early mound visit here for Charlie Nagy.
Last outing for Skaggs was on the 12th here against Seattle. Picked up the win through 80 pitches. 5 strikeouts and 1 walk against the Mariners.
One thing that happens often when you have that conversation, especially in the first inning, is look for a pickoff put on. Either Kinsler or Andrelton Simmons. Either the first or second pitch. Could even be a back pick by Maldonado.
Yuli Gurriel lines one to Kinsler. They're going to turn that into a double play. Bregman taking off toward third. And just like that, 2 outs.
I almost got to say my favorite play when you're on the mound, a triple play. It'll be a double play, a line drive double play turn. Kinsler getting that line drive quickly, throws it over to Andrelton Simmons, who thought about it. Now Altuve not far enough off the base. Those two are so quick as far as getting double plays turned, and as soon as that ball was hit, Andrelton Simmons was going towards the base to get a double play, a huge double play.
So Altuve at first, 2 outs, and here's Evan Gattis, the DH. Breaking ball first strike. Gattis, a .239 hitter with 19 home runs, 63 runs batted in. Bregman leads the way as far as the Astros are concerned with runs batted in with 64.
So you think Charlie Nagy went out and said, hey, get a line drive double play turn.
Yeah. Gurriel's a guy you can get to, even though he's been swinging the bat much better of late. He'll swing early.
Yep.
He likes to swing the bat. Fortunately, Kinsler positioned nicely. 0-2. Jammed him. Soft ground ball to Kinsler. And he limits the damage to just 1 run. We'll head to the bottom of the first. Halos trailing at 1-0. For the Angels, it'll be David Fletcher leading things off at third base. Anderson Simmons at shortstop. Mike Trout in center field. Upton's in left. HOU AT ANA at DH. Ian Kinsler at second. Jeffrey Martinez to start at first. Martin Maldonado behind the plate. Jabari Blash gets a start in right field. He will bat 9. Dallas Keuchel making his 21st start of the season. 7-8 and a 3.75 ERA.
Yeah, fastball 88-92. Will throw a slider, cut fastball, and changeup.
Fletcher will look at a strike. David hitting .250, 3 doubles, a triple, a home run, 8 runs batted in. This is his 28th big league game, 19 for 76. In the corner, no balls at 2 strikes. And Keuchel is on. That's what you will see a lot of. Dotting the I's on both sides of the plate. Chasing this one, out to center field. Springers comes in, puts it away for the first out.
My go-to is to be successful against Dallas Keuchel today, though. You got to think in terms of bring him in the strike zone approach. When you get him in the strike zone, you can square up the baseball. He tries to get you swinging non-strikes and then pick a part of the plate. He's going to pitch away a lot. You got to look away, give away that inside part of the plate, and then try to drive the ball the other way. If you swing a non-strike, it's going to be a very difficult task against Keuchel. He's thrown the ball very, very well in his last 6 starts.
His first start this season against the Angels. This is his 17th game, 16th overall start. Good numbers, 10-2 against the Halos in his career. Anderson Simmons takes outside for ball 1. I mentioned in the open jokingly that you don't hear about Dallas Keuchel. By the way, Justin Verlander is pitching, Garrett Cole and the like, Charlie Morton.
The All-Star.
You got a former Cy Young Award winner on the mound right now. That's a pretty good starter to have under your belt that nobody talks about.
And a starting pitcher that will get you deep in the game like all these starters will for Houston.
Simmons chops this one to short. Marvin Gonzalez has it. 2 down. Bring up Trout. Let's take a look at the Astros defense, brought to you by Infinity, and it looks like this. You've got Tucker, Springer, Reddick in the outfield from left to right. Bregman, Gonzalez, Altuve, Gurriel from third to first. Stassi behind the plate.
And Springer really has settled in as a very solid defender. 7 errors in his rookie season back in 2014. His 7 since. That's nearly 400 games more. Very good throwing arm out in center field. Also 5 outfield assists for Springer.
Slow breaking ball misses. Trout at the All-Star break, a .310 average, .454 on base percentage, 24 home runs, 50 runs batted in. Takes a strike, took a little bit in off the plate. One ball, one strike.
Trout, good career numbers against Keuchel, 341, including a couple home runs.
Ground ball got jammed. Altuve with the shift on Hazard. Halos down in order. A shutdown inning for Keuchel. 1-0 Astros as we head to the second. Against the Astros, first 10,000 kids in attendance receive a great youth Trout jersey courtesy of Angels Radio AM 830 while supplies last. For more information, just go to angels.com. Astros with a run in the first inning, lead at 1-0. Reddick, Gonzalez, Stasi to face Tyler Skaggs. Astros right fielder comes in hitting .258 with 9 home runs and 29 runs batted in. One ball, one strike. We'll hear it throughout the stands, even out of the road. Reddick, a big wrestling fan, so you'll hear the Ric Flair woos periodically from Astros fans. That's what it is.
Yes.
That's just some random bird flying around here near our crowd mics. Shot to left, the leadoff single.
Now it's time for Mercedes-Benz ranks amongst league leaders as far as team. Houston Astros, we talk about them being a complete team. As far as MLB ranks, second in runs scored, first in team ERA, fourth in fielding percentage. So the offense, the defense, and the pitching staff. Reason why they're defending world champs.
Tyler had some traffic on in the first inning, able to limit it to just 1 run. Marvin Gonzalez behind on the count here at 0-1. He gets a start at shortstop with Correa out. .230 batting average. Slow start for Gonzalez this year. Did pick it up a little bit in June, hit .263. Chopper left side. Fletcher can't come up with it. It sneaks through. A seeing eye single. The first 2 have reached to start the second for Houston.
Well, you look at the transformation of the Astros just a few seasons ago. A lot of strikeouts, a lot of home runs. Now they're a more complete team as far as on the offensive side. They will hit their home runs, but they put the ball in play, difficult to strike out. Another pretty good pitch by Skaggs, and Gonzalez went down and got it and gets it by Fletcher. 2 hits to start the second inning after 2 hits in the first inning, 4 total against Tyler Skaggs.
Stassi, the catcher, takes down and in on the breaking ball. 253 average. His 57th game. 7 home runs and 24 runs batted in. Lines this one out towards center field, and that's a base hit. Reddick will stop at third base as Trout gets the baseball in. And they're loaded up. 3 straight singles have started against Skaggs here in the second.
Really simple approach at the plate so far against him.
Here's Kyle Tucker.
He was trying to use the entire field, put the ball in play.
Tucker, first round pick, 5th overall in 2015. 4 for 27 in the big leagues with a double and an RBI. Takes a breaking ball for a strike. Tucker was at AAA prior to the call up, was hitting .306 with 14 home runs, 66 runs batted in.
Can really run, be difficult to turn a double play against him. Looking for a strikeout right now if you're Tyler Skaggs.
Pulls this one foul. No balls, 2 strikes. The brother of Preston Tucker came up with the Astros. Reddick standing at third, Gonzalez at second, Stassi at first.
It's that time where you need that big swing and miss curveball.
It's old school without the batting gloves. Look at the Astros on the base path. Springer, the leadoff man on deck. 1-0 Astros. Nobody out here the second. This one lifted down the line. Long run for Upton, and that is going foul. Ball just kept slicing away from Justin, and truth be told, catches that ball is probably a run.
Yeah.
Reddick over at third base was back there ready to tag. Outfield straight around. Blash very shallow and right.
He has him set up now for a good breaking ball that doesn't have to be in the strike zone now. Strike zone.
So a non-strike breaking ball.
Yep. The pitch before the fastball was in the strike zone.
Got him with that breaking ball. 1 down. Big strikeout. First of the night for Tyler.
And there it was out of the strike zone. Now let's take a look at our tools of the trade, brought to you by Ram Trucks. The Astros scored a run in the first because of this slide, the swim slide back to first by Springer, avoiding the tag by Jeffrey Marte. Back pick by Martin Maldonado, but the swim move and gets the hand in before the tag is applied. End up scoring the only run of the game instead of being out at first base with that perfect slide back. Glad you work, Springer.
One ball, no strikes. Springer with a single and a run scored. He's 1 for 1.
Always a dangerous pitch when you elevate, especially something all speed away against Springer. He's got really good power to center, to right center.
Saw that in the All-Star game. Fouled straight back. 1-1.
Because remember early in his career, everyone, I mean, his pitch he hit was in the inside part of the plate. He was turning and trying to hit everything on the inner half. Well, then all of a sudden pitchers made the adjustment going away against him. He's adjusted back that way and hitting the ball very hard to right center field, especially when he's at home at Minute Maid Park. The ball carries well to right center field.
1-1 by him on that fastball. There's the 1-2. Tied him up nicely. Back inside.
Yeah, he was looking breakable there. Take a look at our StatCast powered by AWS as far as where the infield is set up with the bases loaded, where Springer is hitting his majority of the baseballs on the ground. Now pull mode to see if he can get a ground ball double play for Skaggs. Only 23% of the time he'll hit the ball to the right side of the infield, so a lot of coverage on that left side.
Springer, the first Astros outfielder to be an all-star in consecutive seasons since the big Puma himself, Lance Berkman. Just talking about Berkman the other day with my son about how he used to place the bat down after a home run.
Yes.
Still the best to me, especially with all the bat flips in today's game.
Yes.
Pulled foul. He goes, even on a base hit, he would place it down. I said, no. On a home run, when he knew it, he would just place it gently down in front of the plate. He could hit, man.
Oh, fun guy to talk to, also. Great guy.
Base is still loaded with 1 out. 1-0 Houston. We're in the second. Skaggs about to throw his 37th pitch of the night. This one skied out the shallow center field. Long run in for Trout. Kinsler's out there. He'll make the catch. Tagging and coming home is Reddick. The throw gets cut off. And it goes as a sac fly. That's one of those perhaps
I think you let Trout call him off, because it's going to be an off-balance throw for Kinsler. That's really good base running, though. Credit Reddick on that base running. It's a long, difficult throw for Kinsler going back on it. And that's easily a play for Trout. If he comes in and calls him off, Reddick does not try to tag up.
I agree with you.
For Kinsler going back, you're waiting to be called off. It's not something he's overly concerned. He's trying to make the play on it. He's waiting for Trout to call him off. It's a difficult throw for Kinsler. This great base running by Reddick.
47th run batted in for Springer with the sac fly. 2 outs now. Runners at first and second.
Not too often you see sacrifice fly to 4.
Yep, exactly. Bregman will look at a strike. He walked in the first. Again, though, if you can limit this to 1 run, you get out of a bases loaded, no out situation with that. You take that as a victory. But still work ahead of you with Bregman at the plate. 0-2. Such a good pitch, too, to Springer.
Yep. Really good pitch. You gotta believe Springer's first person even in high five was Reddick to be able to tag up on that one. So it was a great pitch by Skaggs. Not a real good swing by Springer put in play, but great base running by Reddick to score, knowing that the second baseman going back on a baseball, a long throw, off balance throw.
Bregman hits one sharply over to Andrelton. They'll go the short way and force out Stassi for the 3rd out. So 1 run, 2-0 Houston as we head to the bottom of the second. 2-3 first. Fly ball to center and a couple of ground downs. He'll face Upton, Ohtani, and Keuchel for the Angels here in the second inning.
And my Hyundai key for this game to be successful against Dallas Keuchel and the Astros, a little Cardi B. I like it. In other words, get a pitch in your zone, in the strike zone against Dallas Keuchel and make good contact. Do not chase out of the strike zone. That is his game, Dallas Keuchel, to make you swing at non-strikes.
One count on Justin Upton, a .251 average this year with 19 home runs, 54 runs batted in. Bouncer to third. Bregman has it. One big hop. One out. And when you face Dallas Keuchel, Gooby, it's kind of what you get. He's going to be around the strike zone. So guys, for the most part, don't wait him out often.
He's going to throw strikes, or he's going to go a certain part of the plate against you. Mention that. I like it. You go to a certain part of the strike zone against him. I think for me, he's still that cutter in. It's going to be off the plate. I still look away against him. Take that pitch off the plate inside and look away against him.
Shohei Ohtani gets a nice round of applause as he's introduced here, DHing once again, a .283 average, 7 home runs, all here at the Big A, 22 runs batted in. The Angels and Shohei getting some good news today. I'll tell you that in just a second. First one's in for a strike. He was cleared to start a throwing program by the medical staff. He was out on the outfield playing catch. Nice to see.
Yeah.
It'll be a while before he gets back on the mound. But Mike Scioscia said before the game today he expects it at some point this year that he'll probably be back on a big league mound.
It's really good news.
Now, it's not going to happen the next couple of weeks, folks. It's going to take a while.
Yeah, especially when you've got that arm in great shape and then you had to shut it down for a long period of time. It'll take about 6 weeks or so to really get geared up to be able to pitch, whether you pitch in a bullpen or start again, if indeed it happens.
Yeah, he's not going to go on a rehab assignment.
No, because at that point,
that's what makes it more difficult, I would imagine.
The minor league season's over at the end of August, so it'd be difficult for him to get that in.
2-1, bounces it foul, 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Possibly in a, in fall ball, potentially get some innings down there in Arizona. But the important thing is the healing process for Ohtani.
Two. Shohei takes a called strike 3, 2 down. First strikeout for Keuchel.
Runs that fastball in, cuts it back, and gets that inside corner. He can pitch. You mentioned that and talked about it earlier. He gets overlooked because there's so many flamethrowers they have in this rotation, but he can really pitch. He fields his position exceptionally well, very difficult to steal against. A Gold Glove winner.
Kessler takes a strike. Keuchel got knocked around a little bit in the month of June. ERA of 5.35, but he has been solid. Month of July, 3-0.
He's kept the ball in the ballpark also of late.
Kessler cues this one up the first base line.
That's going to roll fair, potentially.
Goes foul.
It's real close.
They wanted to come back fair.
See, that's when you do your work when you first come into a stadium. You roll baseballs down both the first base and third base line to see if it would roll back into play. And clearly, Gurriel did that, thinking it may indeed roll back into play. You always have a member of a coaching staff rolling baseballs down the line to see if it would roll back into play. It's really a huge advantage when you know if it's going to roll back into play or not.
Right. Count still at 0-2 on Ian.
Ballparks where you have a lot of rain, generally it's going to be able to, it'll go away and roll foul.
They'll slope.
Yep. Or sometimes you'll see the chalk line almost right up against the grass in the infield.
He comes in batting .219, 11 home runs, 26 runs batted in. Astros with solo runs in the first and second. Did not go. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Talked about it before the break quite a bit. The struggles that this Angels team has had against left-handed pitching this year. .224 batting average for the team.
Those are pretty good numbers against Keuchel in his career. It's really come down to using the whole field. Don't get into that pull mode necessarily always against left-handed pitching.
Pops this one up. Stassi behind the plate. As Root makes the catch. Angels down in order. We'll head to the third with the Astros out.
And today I had a chance to talk to a handful of Angel players who told me they are refreshed and ready to go after the 4-day All-Star break. But for them, the most important part was the mental break. Andrelton Simmons told me that for him, it's more of a mental reset than a body reset, to just not be a baseball player for a couple days, not have to worry about who you're facing that night, and just be a normal person for a few days. And guys, I'm sure that's fun for these fans to hear that these players just want to be, as Simba put it, normal and turn off for a couple days.
Yeah, sometimes you just want to relax. You've had a tough battle. You had to play a really tough series with the Dodgers to finish off that first half. Just be able to relax and clear your mind and get ready to put it all together here in the second half and make a charge to get to that position where you're talking postseason.
Altuve leading things off for the Astros here in the third. RBI single in the first inning, 1 for 1, picking up his 45th RBI. 2 balls, 1 strike. Altuve, Gurriel, and Gaddis. 3-4-5 for the Astros. Nothing easy for Tyler Skaggs. 5 hits allowed, 1 strikeout, 1 walk.
He's 20 hits away from 1,400 in his career.
He'll sky this one to right field. Jabari is there. Well down.
Take a look at our Nissan pitch cast where this pitch was located to get Altuve out. That fastball ran back in. It kind of got him. That's what the old scouting report. Throw it down the middle of the plate. See if he'll get himself out. And that's exactly what he did on that fastball. 92.
You see his reaction as he was coming out of the batter's box, angry at himself.
Yeah, I thought that was our Rod Carew scouting report. Down the middle. See if he'll outthink himself out there with a pitch down the middle of the plate.
Skaggs bouncing now and out in front of the plate. And surprisingly, Gurriel didn't swing at it. If it's close to the plate, he's hacking. So he has been getting red hot. Even the ball he hit for the double play was scorched. Jumping on that first pitch, lined into a double play, hit it to Kinsler.
Got a 12-game hit streak, 30 extra base hits, including those 24 doubles. Pretty good spot.
He's got that type of swing where it's out toward right center field. Good power, likes to extend the arms.
Yeah, the pitch he'll turn on is a break a ball down and in, or a change up on the inner half and down. Otherwise, he will use the whole field very well. As you can see, the defense set up.
Jabbed him, floater out toward Simba. 2 down. That's a good pitch in on the hands. Brings up Gaddis. Hey, join the Halos tomorrow at 4:15. They continue this series against the Astros. Fans in attendance receive an eco bag courtesy of Nitto Tire while supplies last. For more information, go to angels.com. How about useful eco bag? How about that?
Useful, yes.
Evan Gaddis, the designated hitter. Ground ball to second in the first inning.
You look up 63 RBI for Gaddis. 34 extra base hits, 19 home runs. Really been hot in his last 43 games. Generally, he's up swinging early in the count, and he's looking fastball.
One and 2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Considering the amount of pitches thrown in the first couple of innings for China, could use a quick one here in the third. There are 18 pitches in the first inning, 23 in the second. Full count. Reddick on deck.
See that by reaction, Gaddis was not going to give up on that fastball inside. Even though it was up and in, still looking for a fastball.
Payoff. And he draws the 2-out walk. Second free pass issued by Skaggs. So Reddick will bat with a man on. Base hit the left for Reddick to open up the second. Scored that shallow sac fly caught by Keuchel, shallow center field. So Martin Maldonado there reminding Marte to come off the base, and a left-handed batter up.
Reddick's been real solid against left-handed pitching over the last couple of seasons. Hit that ball to left field his first at bat against Skaggs. He's really let the baseball travel deeper in the strike zone and hit the ball the other way or back up the middle. Used to be a guy that tried to turn on a pitch and try to hit it at the right. He's been very good as far as using the whole field.
Pulled and past Marte. Into the corner. Blash taking a little while to get over there. Does so. Gaddis is being waved around. Keuchel up with it. Fires it home. Gaddis is safe. The throw is wide. And a 2-out rally. 2-out triple, I would imagine, they give to Reddick. And it is 3-0 Houston.
Those 2-out walks. The numbers continue to rise against left-handed pitching this year and last season for Reddick. And the heart of the plate, a fastball this time did not look to hit the ball the other way. He's got a pitch to drive and gets it by Marte and into the corner. Gaddis came all the way around from first. Runs a little bit better than you think. He's got pretty good wheels.
Reddick with his first triple of the year. He's 2 for 2. Mauro Gonzalez takes a strike. Gonzalez singled in the second inning. No balls, 2 strikes. Two-out walk to Evan Gattis. Scoring on the triple by Reddick. Gonzalez fouls it off.
It's not easy to walk Gattis too. He's up there hacking.
Yeah.
Did a nice job as far as laying off breakables out of the strike zone to work the walk.
24th walk that he's picked up this year. Came in with a .297 on base percentage.
A lot of pitches already for Skaggs. 60. Average will be a little bit over 20 pitches per inning now.
Trying to get him to chase upstairs. 1-2. His fastball at 92. Stassi, the catcher's on deck. Gonzalez fouls it off to the right. 6 hits for Houston. For 2 2/3. Good velocity, good life, good break on his pitches. Just hasn't been able to get the spots that he's needed to get a very good Houston team out consistently. Anyway, got the first 2 outs before walking Gattis. A 3-2 pitch.
Five singles, 1 extra base hit. That was the triple by Reddick.
Reddick over at third base. Skaggs from the full windup. Gonzalez shoots one out to deep right. Jabari Blash going back and will make the catch just shy of the track for the 3rd out. The Astros at a run. They lead at 3-0 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. This is a 10-game homestand, 3 against the Astros, 4 against the White Sox. We got a day game on Thursday the 26th, and then the Seattle Mariners are down for 3. Then back out on the road for 6 against the Rays and the Cleveland Indians before returning right back here. And we're into August. Crazy.
That is shocking.
Shocking. Bottom third of the order to do up for the Angels, down 3-0. Dallas Keuchel, 6 up, 6 down, 1 strikeout. Jeffrey Marte tonight getting to start at first base. 245 on the season with 4 home runs, 13 runs batted in.
Quite a few strikes early on for Dallas Keuchel. Also 17 of his 25 pitches in the strike zone. What he tries to do, especially that first time through the lineup, will throw the strikes, and then as the game progresses, he will try to get you to swing at pitches that aren't in the strike zone because he's already established he can do so.
So you're going with a right-handed heavy lineup. This one's lifted out toward right, not very deep. Keuchel, however, is playing the ball better this year against right-handed batters than lefties. Lefties have hit .301 against him,
including 3 home runs.
Brings up Maldonado. .234 batting average for Martin. 5 home runs, 32 runs batted in. 6 for 34 in the month of July.
That backdoor slider he throws very effectively to right-handed batters. Likes to follow up with a 2-seam fastball away or even a changeup away, and then cut her in.
Jammed on with that fastball in. Altuve has it. 2 down.
Arco, quality top-tier gas for less.
Jabari Blash steps in. He gets to start at right field instead of Cole Calhoun tonight. Jabari 2 for 19 in the big leagues this year. We'll look at the fastball for a strike
before that first extra base hit of the season.
Oh, 2 on the way. And they call strike 3 right down the pipe. 9 up, 9 down for Dallas Keuchel. 3-0 Astros. AutoNation business of sports. AutoNation, low price, no pressure, guaranteed. Astros with 8, 9, and 1 coming up against Tyler Skaggs, Stassi, Tucker, and Springer. Tyler, 1 strikeout, 2 walks, 6 hits allowed. Stassi has one of those hits, a single to right field in the second inning. 2-0. Skies this one out to right center. Trout has to move to his left. For the way.
Going to keep an eye right now for Skaggs for a drag bunt for Tucker. It runs very, very well.
Struck out his first plate appearance.
He's 21 years old.
Oh, 2 now. Jampin fouls it back. Tucker with 24 home runs, 99 runs batted in minor leagues last year. They have some depth, that's for sure.
The Astros in some conversation to get some bullpen depth, maybe some catching depth also before the trade deadline. A.J. Hinch has done a tremendous job managing this Astro club.
One, 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A chance to talk to Gary Pettis, the Astros third base coach, before the game today, talking about depth. The Angels have had some tough injuries this year. He was talking about Carlos Correa. He goes, yeah, we lose Carlos Correa, primetime player in Major League Baseball. Well, we could plug in a Marwin Gonzalez who's got big league time and experience. This one's rolled over to second base. Kinsler to the backhand has it. 2 down.
Gonzalez is the guy who can play so many different positions and playing well defensively. Keep his bat in the lineup.
He's played everywhere over the last several seasons except pitcher and catcher.
And 22 extra base hits this season for Marwin. And that big at bat in the World Series last year against the Dodgers also on the way to that very entertaining 7-game series against the Dodgers, in which the Astros became the first-time world champs for Houston.
This young man right here had a heck of a World Series, that's for sure.
Remember that game 1? He really struggled in game 1, and he turned it around quickly.
Ball and a strike on Springer. Tonight 1 for 1 with a single and a sac fly.
One of the great guys in the game also. You get a chance to talk with George Springer.
Two and 1. Tyler retired the first 2. Distracted third. Walked Gaddis. Gave it the triple to Rennick. Retired the first 2 here in the 4th. 77 pitches. Behind in the count of 2-1. Ground ball to second. Should do it. There's his first 1-2-3 inning. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth. Halos looking for their first base runner, down 3-0.
Baseball on Fox Sports West is brought to you by Hyundai. Get a great deal, more than a great deal, on all new Hyundai vehicles. See your Hyundai dealer today. By Carl's Jr. The tempting El Diablo Thick Burger has returned to Carl's Jr. Pick it up before it's gone. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealers.
Bottom of the fourth here at Angel Stadium. The opener against the Houston Astros. Astros with 3 runs. Leading 3-0. Angels looking for their first base runner. We'll send up Fletcher. Simmons and Trout against Dallas Keuchel. David, the starting third baseman tonight, lined one out to Springer in the first innings. He's 0 for 1.
See what kind of adjustment Fletcher can make. The pitchers are starting to get him to try to chase pitches out of the strike zone. Started off very, very well. Line drive after line drive. Still a very good hitter as far as putting the ball in play and hitting on the line like he did his first at bat, but rated Springer.
3-0. And he'll draw the 4-pitch walk. First base runners on board for the Halos. Keuchel will work from the stretch for the first time.
Time now for a Rocket Mortgage breakdown when Hamilton Simmons coming to the plate with a runner on. Hamilton Simmons career highs as far as before the All-Star break in batting average, hits, RBI, walks, and also OPS for Simba. We felt should have been on the All-Star team representing the American League also. Gene Segura, who got voted in that time against Hamilton Simmons with a 3-run home run in the All-Star game for representing Seattle in the American League.
Simmons grounded out of the first inning. One ball, one strike. Trout's on deck. Houston's runs, 1 each in the first 3 innings. Big lead for Fletcher at first. Step off. Jerry Meals, the third base umpire, the crew chief, called time there. One. 2 balls and a strike.
Got some room on that right side of the infield for Anderson Simmons. Again, an opportunity to hit a ball way through that hole, especially where Altuve planed towards the second base bag for a double play ball, but Simmons has hit the ball very well the other way. That was a pitch to do so on a changeup.
Won't give in, that's for sure. Keuchel we're talking about.
That's one of those times we talk about trying to get a hitter to swing at 9 strikes, and that was one of those on a changeup. He's looking for his first career hit against Keuchel. Oh for 9 in his career versus Keuchel for Simmons.
Chopper left side. Bregman thought about going to second. He'll take the out at first. So man in scoring position. First base open. 1 out. Here comes Trout.
Take a look at our key at drive to success. Mike Trout at the plate now with a runner in scoring position. Mike Trout in the All-Star game. One of the all-time greats already has hit safely in 6 straight All-Star games. 7 is the record. Mandel Morgan and Winfield, 5 extra base hits in the Midsummer Classic for Trout. That's it for the cycle already, including 2 home runs.
Upper part of the strike zone. Mike grounded out to Altuve in the shift in the first inning. One. Man in scoring position. Altuve on the second base side of the bag. Outfield straight around. Tucker very shallow and left. It's popped up first base side. Keuchel in the foul territory. 2 down. So it'll be up to Upton with 2 outs and a man in scoring position.
Way over his career, Trout is really struggling against Houston pitching. Mentioned he's got pretty good numbers against Dallas Keuchel, but overall against Houston, they pitched him pretty well. A lot of fastballs upstairs.
Upton hit a 1-hopper to Bregman in the second inning. He's 0 for 1. No balls and a strike.
That was a fastball right down the heart of the plate. Be a real surprise if Keuchel throws anything near the strike zone here against Upton on this very next pitch.
Bouncing. Nice play by Stassi. 1 ball, 1 strike.
The reason why I say that a lot of times, especially as a hitter, you take a pitch and that's your pitch right there, the drive. The pitcher knows that. You're more apt to swing at that very next pitch. That's why I tried to get him to chase something well out of the strike zone.
Two on count. Fletcher, huge lead at second. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He went a 3-0 lead, 2-1 count. Upton thinking he's going to get a fastball, got a changeup instead.
Jammed and Diving catch by Yuli Gurriel, robbing Justin Upton of a base hit and a possible RBI. It's the third out here in the fourth.
This outstanding defense by the Astros once again. Carpenter, what a game he had for the Cardinals versus the Cubs today. Second player ever with 3 home runs and 2 doubles in a game. Chris Bryant, the other, 16 total bases, which is a record for a leadoff hitter. What a game, 3 home runs, the first by a Cardinal since Albert Pujols did it back in 2010.
Top of the fifth, 3-0 Houston. Beautiful night, nice crowd tonight. 2, 3, and 4 for the Astros. Bregman, Altuve, and Gurriel.
But St. Louis winning that game 18-5. That was John Lester to start at the game for Chicago.
It's back-to-back game for the Cubs, I should say. Starters not working very deep. This one's lined to Fletcher for the first out. Well struck by Bregman, but nothing to show for him.
In the hot corner at third base, Fletcher makes a nice play on Bregman, who also at the hot corner made some outstanding defense plays. Even going back to the postseason last year for the Astros, he was really, really good playing that hot corner at third base for the Astros in the run to the World Series. Alex Bregman, an outstanding all-around player.
Altuve bouncing this one to Fletcher. Across the diamond. 2 down.
Gurriel coming to the plate. Take a look at our top tier play brought to you by Arco. An outstanding defensive play. Justin Upton, I think he's going to have an RBI single. Gurriel showing that great range at first base, dives and catches that line drive to finish off the inning.
Popped up. Martin Maldonado. A 4-pitch inning for Tyler Skaggs. And boy, a much needed 4-pitch inning. 3-0 Houston. We hit at the bottom of the fifth.
take a look at the infinity pitch count. Dallas Keuchel very efficient so far. 49 pitches thrown. He's not allowed a hit yet. Just one base runner. That was a walk. He's been outstanding in his last 3 starts. Part of the fan club for Dallas Keuchel with the beards going.
Either that
or ZZ Top.
ZZ Top, yeah.
In town.
It's more ZZ Top. I would agree. Ohtani, Kinsler, Marte.
Sharp dress man.
Yep. Shohei struck out looking in the second. 1-0. 1-1.
Very similar to the pitch. He had a strikeout against him in the first at bat. Cut fastball in.
1-2. Back inside.
Shohei Ohtani had some real good at bats against the Dodgers, both here at the Big A and at Dodger Stadium.
Big double against Scott Alexander. The Friday night game out to left center field. Lefty on lefty. 2-2. Halos looking for their first hit. One base runner. That was the walk to Fletcher. A 4-pitch walk to strike the 4th, but he was stranded in scoring position.
From the back inside.
Tied him up. 1 away.
Fastball, cut fastball, brings it back, catches the corner, unable to make contact.
So Kinsler steps in. He popped down to Stasi down the second inning. So he's 0 for 1. It'll float around towards second base, out 2 base there. 2 down. Well, I tell you what, Keuchel putting on a clinic on the mound tonight, working both sides of the plate, and not overwhelming as far as the stuff is concerned. As you take a look at the pitches thrown,
He's touched what, 91 a few times. He's cut his fastball well. His changeup's been there. Backdoor slider.
he's got guys guessing.
Yep.
I mean, you go back to the Upton at bat, 91 right down Broadway, and then all of a sudden opens up the rest of the at bat.
He's thrown a number of first pitch fastballs right to the heart of the plate.
Just missed off the plate. Marte a fly ball to right field leading off the 3rd.
Now, you know Marte is sitting fastball here on a 1-0 count.
Two, 3-0. Next off, going to be the 60th pitch of the night for Keuchel. And a 3-0 pitch off the end of the bat to right. Halos down in order, 5 complete. The Angels without a hit. Houston on top 3-0.
California Toyota dealers, by City National Bank, a proud sponsor of Angels baseball, and by the 2018 Subaru Forester, a whole lot to love.
Halos down 3-0 as we begin the top of the 6th inning. Tyler Skaggs back out on the mound. He's allowed 3 runs on 6 hits, 1 strikeout, 2 walks. Dallas Keuchel, on the other hand, has allowed 1 base runner. He's yet to allow a hit to the Angels. He has struck out 3 and walked 1. Weren't we previewing 2 left-handed starters tonight in the open?
Yes, indeed. And both have been throwing the ball so well over the last 6 starts coming into the start tonight.
Evan Gattis leading things off. He'll be followed by Josh Reddick. Marvin Gonzalez, the first one's in for a strike.
4-pitch inning last inning for Skaggs.
Pulled foul. No balls, 2 strikes.
Well, the Astros have been so good on the road this season, too. We've had their run differential on the road. 2.76 more runs scored than they've given up on the road this season.
Gattis gets jammed. It's a 1-hopper to Fletcher. No down. Hey, join the Halos for Hawaiian weekend next Saturday, July 28th at 6 p.m. Take on the Seattle Mariners. Stay for a family-friendly animated movie following the Saturday Night Fireworks Show. For more information, go to angels.com/promotions.
A family-friendly. And the Astros 32-14 on the road this season.
Played good baseball regardless, against the division, at home, on the road. 28-13 against the West. They've essentially taken care of business, which is what you're supposed to do as the defending world champions.
And it's so hard to do that after all the distractions in off season. Your normal routines changed.
Reddick with a couple of hits tonight, a single to left, a run scored in the second. RBI triple with 2 outs in the third. Some movement down the Angels pen. Nobody's loosening as of yet, but Tyler about to throw his 89th pitch. Popped up third base side. Fletcher is there.
Tell you what, Fletcher's been very busy tonight.
2 down. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Los Angeles Angels. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of Angels Baseball LP. 2 up, 2 down. 9 straight retired by Skaggs since the triple by Reddick. Here's Marvin Gonzalez. Gonzalez 1 for 2.
.91 pitches now for Skaggs.
Three down.
One thing you're trying to avoid. Remember, back in the third inning after 2 quick outs, a 2-out walk, and then coming around and scoring. Part of that 24-pitch third inning for Skaggs.
And a 4-pitch walk. With 2 outs. It's Gonzalez on board, and it'll bring up Stassi. Third walk issued by Skaggs. Carlos Nagy's coming out, and action now beginning in the bullpen for the Angels. Take a look at the matchup for tomorrow afternoon's game. It will be on Fox. Justin Verlander against Nick Tropiano. Then Sunday afternoon, Lance McCullers against Andrew Heaney. Wrapping up the 3-game set. Cam Bedrosian begins to loosen in the Angels bullpen.
Stassi will be looking first pitch fastball.
1 for 2, a single and a fly ball to center for the Astros catcher. Bouncer toward third. Fletcher goes the short way. They force out Gonzalez, and we will head to the bottom of the 6th inning. Halos hunting for their first hit of the night.
Now let's take a look at Lowe's whole team together. Mike Scioscia's club as far as hitting the long ball this season. The Yankees at the top, 161. The Red Sox 134. The Indians 132. The Angels with 130 home runs, 92 of them solo home runs, which leads the majors in that category. The Astros 7th most as far as home runs this season.
Martin Maldonado takes a strike. 8-9-1 for the Angels. Maldonado, Blash, and Fletcher. It was the 61st pitch thrown by Dallas Keuchel tonight. 38th strike. Maldonado ground out to Altuve in the 3rd inning. He's 0 for 1. There's that 91-mile-per-hour fastball right down the middle.
We talked about as far as go-tos, you got to take a certain part of the plate for you as a hitter, and that's the part of the plate you got to be ready for a fastball. Then he fades that pitch off the outside corner, or throws a cutter off the plate in against right-handed batters.
This is lined towards short. Gonzalez is there, 1 away. So So one out here, the sixth inning. Here comes Jabari Blash.
Go back to my Hyundai key for this game. I like it. You got to sit on a pitch in your zone. That might be that very first pitch, and it could be that fastball he's thrown quite a bit. Keuchel has in the middle part of the plate at 91, 92. Be ready.
Jabari went down looking at a third. 3 strikeouts, 1 walk for Keuchel. He found this one back.
He was ready for that fastball. He got a first pitch and fouled it straight back.
Meanwhile, Skaggs will be done after 6 innings tonight. 3 runs allowed. Upstairs, wanted to appeal, did not go.
High fastball followed with a very good changeup away. His best fastball tonight, 92. Slowest pitch is slow break a ball at 75.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
Just kind of forced that changeup. Imagine now if you're Blash, you're looking for a cut fastball.
Big batting stance of Jabari Blash. 2-2. Upstairs, full count. Finding that stance. Winter ball was passed off season. Liked it, had some success with it. He's put up good numbers at AAA, just hasn't translated yet at the big league level. 3-2. And he'll go down swinging for round number 2.
Especially with that high leg kick, timing very much an issue for Blash. Change up in that sequence followed by a fastball up to get a swing and miss. See, that foot is already down before he's getting ready as far as his timing mechanism. And that fastball by him upstairs.
There's Fletcher. David's 0 for 1. Lined out to Springer in the first, walked in the 4th. He's the only base runner in this game for the Angels.
Seems to be the most comfortable at the plate so far tonight against Keuchel.
Turn that one over. 1 ball with strike.
Very important for Fletcher just to get a pitch and line back up the middle.
Flared out toward right. Raddick is there. Halos down in order, so Keuchel is yet to allow a hit through 6 innings. Off to the 7th, 3-0 Houston.
Brought to you by the Pacific Surfliner. The Surfliner series between the Angels and the Padres is coming up in San Diego August 13th through the 15th. Book your train tickets now on PacificSurfliner.com.
Halos down 3-0 as we start the 7th inning. Tyler Skaggs done after 6. And it's Cam Bedrosian on in relief. This pitching change brought to you by Purple Bricks. This will be the 47th appearance for Cam Bedrosian. 3-2 in the 3.43 ERA. 37 strikeouts, 18 walks, and 42 innings of work. He's going to get 9, 1, and 2. And Tucker, Springer, and Bregman. Skaggs, for his effort tonight, ended up settling down, gave up solo runs in the first 3 innings, and really fortunate enough to do that in that he had a lot of traffic in the first inning. He had a bases loaded, no out situation to start the second, limited that to 1 run, and ends up going 6, giving up 3 on 6 hits, 1 strikeout, 3 walks.
Ends up being one of what we qualify as a quality start. All things considered, when he gave up all those hits in his first 3 innings. Especially against this very good lineup for the Astros and how well they've swung the bat on the road. Pretty solid for Skaggs.
Tucker 0 for 2. He's the left fielder. A strikeout and a ground ball to second. This is hit to the right side. Diving stop by Keuchel on the 1-hopper. Gets up. Marte keeps the foot on the base. 1 out.
Take a look at our We Make It Easy, brought to you by SoCal Toyota. Ian Kinsler. Outstanding range. That baseball is by him as he dives in that outfield grass, quickly throws to first base to retire. Tucker hit that ball right on the money, but an outstanding defensive play by Kinsler. Won a Gold Glove. Still great range at second base.
Springer tonight 1 for 2 with a single, sac fly, and a ground ball to second. Oh, 2. Called strike 3. Springer knew it. 2 outs.
Yeah, Maldonado wanted a high fastball, ended up being a fastball running to the outside part of the plate. Springer was looking for something different, was guessing. And Bedrosian gets that fastball in the outside corner, punch out.
Bregman a walk, fielder's choice, and a line out. Halos in the bottom of the 7th. We'll have Simmons trying it Upton coming up. Thank you for that first hit. One and 2.
Almost there, Bregman choking up on that baseball bat. Allows him to make more consistent contact. Lined out, blasted bad. Fletcher. You know, Trout will do the same thing.
Popped up foul and out of play on the third base side. Count remains at 1 and 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Altuve on deck. 2 quick outs for Bedrosian to start the 7th. The Tucker striking out Springer. Got him on a high breaking ball. Little spinner of a pitch stayed up there, and his stretch job here at the Big A. Angels down 3-0. Looking for that first hit. Seventh inning, Astros up 3-0, 6 innings, no hits, no runs, 1 walk. That was a 4-pitch walk to David Fletcher in the 4th inning, and that has been all. They'll face Simmons, Trout, and Upton in the Angels' half of the 7th inning.
And the last time the Angels were no hit was back in 1999. Eric Milton in Minnesota in the Metrodome, as I remember that game. Not easy to throw a no-hitter in that ballpark.
The Metrodome?
Oh.
No smoking in the Metrodome.
The Homer Dome was was nothing going on in that game, though.
The baggy and right. 0-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on Simba, who's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short. He's grounded out to third. One big play, and that was the catch by Yuli Gurriel to end the 4th inning with Fletcher at second base. It was hit fairly hard, got in on the hands of Upton, but still managed to hit that ball well. Gurriel diving to his right, robbing what would have been the first hit of the night and perhaps the first run for the Angels.
It's Springer playing very deep out in center, so a lot of room for Simmons to hit a ball in that outfield grass in center.
Simple line to the left field. Tucker coming in, and he won't make the catch very casually. And that sinking liner struck well by Andrelton, 1 out.
That's a pretty good play for a 21-year-old, a youngster. He plays a very shallow left field. We talked about that with Trout at the plate. Off the bat, you think this baseball's got a good chance of falling into that outfield grass. Comes in and catches it just before it does so.
So Trout now up. Mike is 0 for 2, a ground ball to second and a pop-up in foul territory to Gurriel.
Well, a lot of times, as much as we talk about the pitcher and what his thought process is during these moments, but really it's his defenders behind him. Their focus way up, trying to make an outstanding play.
Jammed and liner back to Keuchel, 2 outs. In on the hands again. 2 down.
Well, you talk about getting a cutter in on one of the quickest bats in the game. Mike Trout, Michael was able to do so. And really a pretty warm night. He's completely under control. 8-pitch third, 9-pitch first.
Yep. There's Upton. Lines this one to short, off the glove of Gonzalez. It'll trickle into shallow left. Mistimed the leap. So Upton is on board with 2 outs here in the 7th. By today's scoring standards, that's going to be a hit, right?
It has, yeah, I would think so.
It is a base hit in the first one of the night for the Angels. There's an attendance. Like the Astros fans, not happy with the call. Shohei bounces the foul. Shohei's 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts.
You know, I think when it comes down to the fans, we're watching something very special at that moment by Dallas Keuchel. And Gonzalez, you know, you could see he had that prep step. He was ready to go. He timed his leap the wrong way. He was just on his way down when that line drive went off his glove. Every position player wants to make that spectacular play for his pitcher. Just a little bit too quick on his jump.
Shohei bounced that one off his foot. Protective guard. A 1-2 count.
Remember, Shohei fouled that one towards his knee on that last homestand.
Let's go back to the Upton base hit with 2 outs.
Wasn't necessarily great sound off the bat either.
Two balls and 2 strikes. Not a big lead at all for Upton at first base. And Shohei strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. The Angels are done here in the 7th. We'll head to the 8th inning. 3-0 Houston.
3-0 deficit against the Houston Astros, game 1 of this 3-game weekend series. Welcome you back outside. Kent and Jose with you. And don't forget, join us for Angels Live postgame presented by your SoCal Mazda dealers. Join us, Tim Salmon, Alex Curry. We'll break this one down for you. And Jose, certainly we'll focus on both starting pitchers, but Dallas Keuchel just had his no-hitter broken up last inning. What a performance he has put on here tonight.
He's back to the old Dallas Keuchel Cy Young Award winner, where he says it's about making balls look like strikes, and a lot of soft contact. The Angels against lefties overall having a ton of trouble tonight, even more, and how many times he's been end of the bat, in on the hands consistently.
Dallas Keuchel 10-2 career against the Halos. Marwin Gonzalez looking on, had that line drive from Justin Upton just off his glove. Gooby, a tough way to lose a no-hitter.
Yeah, it is, but it's a very difficult one not to give Upton a base hit on that one. Should he have caught it? Probably. Was his timing right as far as his leap? Not exactly where you wanted. That's a tough play, though. I remember back in, I think it was '91, when Brett Saberhagen, we were together as teammates in Kansas City. We threw a no-hitter. It was a real tough play by Kirk Gibson going to the gap in left center field. It went off the end of his glove, and he initially gave him a hit against it, and then eventually changed to whatever all in that same inning, and he ended up with a no-hitter in the game. Kirk Gibson was like, you know, that was a tough play, but he thought, okay, it was all right. It was a no-hitter for Saberhagen. It was one of those tough defensive plays off the glove, ended up being ruled an error, and then a no-hitter.
Altuve tonight 1 for 3, facing Noe Ramirez here in the left. He'll ground this one to left side. Fletcher again remains busy. 1 out.
You know, most pitchers ice their arm after a game. David Fletcher might have to ice his arm after this game, and glove.
Yuli Gurriel 0 for 3. Little flare out to shallow left field. That's going to fall in for a base hit. Off the end of the bat. Man on for Evan Gattis. MLB At Bat is your #1 Angels app. Customize your experience to catch every moment this season. Get Angels home screen icons and features such as MLB.TV Game of the Day, pitch tracking, in-game highlights, live radio broadcast stat, news, and more. Download MLB At Bat today.
First hit for the Astros since the 3rd inning.
Bedrosian had a 1-2-3 7th, including a couple of strikeouts. Meeting on the mound now with Charles Nagy.
I often wondered anytime Martin Maldonado makes that slow walk to the mound and Charles Nagy coming out just after a base hit.
Kind of an unusual meeting.
A very long meeting there.
Gattis tonight 0 for 2, a couple of ground outs, a walk, and a run scored. Hold 1. Downstairs, 1 ball, 1 strike, 7 hits for Houston, 1 for the Angels. Astros have left 5 on base. Angels have stranded 2. 2-1 count. Gaddis has grounded in 8 double plays this year. Gurriel over at first base. Doesn't run a whole lot. Has 3 stolen bases. Been caught once. Two now. Got him upstairs. 2 down.
Rides that 4-seam 91 mile an hour fastball after some off-speed pitches above the strike zone for a swing and miss. And to do so, to ride that fastball upstairs for Noe Ramirez, he has to drop that elbow to elevate, and that's exactly what he did.
Here comes Mike Scioscia with Reddick due up. He's going to match up. Jose Alvarez was loosening. Adam Neville of the trainers out to talk with Maldonado. Something's bothered Martin or what have you, but anyways, a pitching change. 3-0 Houston. We're in the 8th.
Top of the 8th inning with 2 outs. Now it's time for the Verizon projected starters for tomorrow's game. Tropiano on the mound going against Justin Verlander, who's been outstanding again this season for the Astros. 9-5 with a 2.29 ERA and 21 starts, 172 strikeouts. And Tropiano on the mound for the Angels tomorrow, making his first start since June 10th. And that was it in Minnesota, 3-4 with a 4.83 ERA for Nick Tropiano going against his former team.
So Alvarez will face Josh Reddick here with 2 outs and a man on. This will be the 49th appearance for Jose. 4-3 with a 2.66 ERA. Reddick a couple of hits tonight, a single, a triple, and an RBI. He's also popped out. There goes. This one Scott on the infield. Simmons and Kinsler. Ian calling for it. Halos comes in, gets his job double hit at the bottom of the 8th inning. Halos down 3-0. Five strikeouts tonight, 86 pitches thrown as we start at the bottom of the 8th inning. Halos down 3-0. Kinsler, Marte, and Maldonado 6, 7, and 8. There's some action going in the Astros pen, but Keuchel has been in control the entire night. Calling a cue. And a heck of a season in the bullpen. Kinsler lines on the left. There's a base hit to lead off this 8th inning. And now you can put the rest. The debatable single by Upton in the 7th inning. Clean single by Kinsler. Second hit of the night for the Angels.
Kinsler, who's had success against Keuchel in his career, stayed back on this one. This guy a little bit more of the plate than Keuchel has really this entire game. Other than that first pitch or so, will throw a strike. Other than something to get hitters to swing out of the strike zone throughout the entire game. Now all of a sudden, because Skaggs did a nice job after that 3rd inning, the bullpen put up some zeros. You're another base runner away, getting on base to bring the tying run to the plate.
Marte takes downstairs. Jeffrey, a couple of fly balls to right field tonight. 0 for 2. Well, bouncer left side. Bregman's only plays to first. One out. Kinsler advances a second. Jeffrey's 0 for 3.
He's really been in some pretty good hitters counts. He swung on a 3-0 pitch, flied out to right, 2-0 right there, a ground ball to 3rd. The big 3-run home run last Sunday against Keuchel.
Maldonado, a ground out and a line out.
Maldonado, 318 batting average with runners in scoring position.
Jam. You said that quite a bit tonight. Tell you what, Keuchel has worked in on the hands of right-handed batters.
It's pitching. It's not overpowering. It's not upper 90s. It's location.
Kinsler at second base. Upstairs, 2 balls, 2 strikes. That's a borderline pitch. Could have gone the other way.
Good one. He wanted to know, Keuchel wanted to know exactly where that pitch was. Catcher reaching back across, but definitely got the upper part of the strike zone. He was setting up in. Maybe a break here for Maldonado.
Jabari Blash on deck. Could be pulled too if Astros go to Colin McHugh. Keuchel did not get the start tonight. Jabari did it right.
Imagine Keuchel might go with that changeup now down and away. That's a pretty good swing on a fastball in by Maldonado.
Pitches for the left-hander. 5 strikeouts, 1 walk, 2 hits allowed. Maldonado chopper to short. Gonzalez throws to third, and the ball gets away.
Now
I'm not sure why you're going to third base there.
In this part of the game, I could see that in the 5th or 6th inning, but in the 8th inning, you're trying to get outs. Not necessarily a wise decision. A difficult play, too, as the runner's going towards third as a third baseman to catch that ball and apply a tag.
Yeah.
A huge break, bringing up that tying run to the plate now. That's going to be a routine play at first base. Change directions, 1 hops to throw to third, and a break for the Angels.
Well, you go from 2 outs and a man at third base with a number 9 hitter coming up to, all right, first and third, 1 out, number 9 hitter up, and then you've got Fletcher if he doesn't hit into a double play. 1 swing of the bat, could run into it, tie game.
Yep, he has power.
0 for 2 tonight with 2 strikeouts. Jabari now 2 for 21 in the big leagues this year. 12 strikeouts.
He didn't throw him that first pitch fastball this at bat. He was sitting and ready for it. He got a changeup instead.
1 ball, 1 strike.
I'd be real surprised if he threw anything in the strike zone in this at bat. Again, he makes a mistake. Could be a tie ball game that quickly.
One. Lifted out to right, long run for Reddick. Ball slicing away from him. He'll get there, make the catch. Tagging and coming home is Kinsler. The throw from Reddick. A little bit high. Kinsler scores. It'll go as a sac fly. 3-1 Houston.
Well, he got right on that throw, and it took that quick hand work by Kinsler to get the hand on the plate before the tag was applied. 6 outfield assists for Reddick this season. catches it, quickly puts himself in good throwing position. A little bit of a high throw. He just got that hand in.
How big is that decision now by Marvin Gonzalez, and staying at first base is Martin Maldonado. AJ Hinch out to talk things over, and that's going to be it for Dallas Keuchel. Colin McHugh's coming out of relief with 2 outs. We are in the 8th inning. The Astros up 3-1. Still down 2 runs, 3-1 Houston. Colin McHugh takes over on the mound from Dallas Keuchel. He has been just stellar this year. 33rd appearance, all out of the bullpen. He's 5-0 with a .96 ERA, 46+ innings. Just 23 hits allowed. That's a 145 batting average against, with 60 strikeouts and 10 walks. Keuchel finishes the night with 102 pitches thrown, 5 Ks, 1 walk. Now it's to Fletcher, a 4-pitch variety in the 4th. David at the plate, Maldonado at first base, 2 outs. Fletcher 0 for 2, a couple of fly ball outs, and the base on balls. Someone's on deck, then Trout. Fletcher hits one high and deep toward left, or very deep, I should say. Underneath it is Tucker, and there's the 3rd out. 1 pitch by Colin McHugh, and the Angels are done here in the 8th. We're on to the 9th. Astros on top. Them live on your mobile device with Fox Sports Go. Download the app and take Fox Sports West and Angels baseball with you wherever you go. It's presented by Coors Light. 3-1 Houston. We are in the 9th inning. new pitcher on for the Halos, replacing Jose Alvarez, who got the final out. It's Hansel Robles taking over. Robles done a nice job since joining the Angels. This is his 13th appearance wearing the Angels red. 0-1 with a 2.38 ERA, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks, 11 1/3 innings. And he gets the bottom third of the order in Gonzalez, Stassi, and Tucker.
His fastball has been very impressive. 95, 98 with movement. Slider and changeup, very, very good.
Marwin Gonzalez, switch hitting shortstop. Turns around, hit from the left side for the first time tonight. 1 for 2. Single, a fly ball right, and a walk. Evens up the count at 1-1. Halos in the bottom of the 9th inning. We'll have 2, 3, 4 coming up. And way outside, 2-1. Simmons Trout and Upton. Pops it up on the third base side. Fletcher may have a play. Nope, this one's into the seats. It started to come back, it looked like, a little bit.
Hit the netting.
Yeah. Gonzalez must have really felt that ball was going to come back because he had run all the way down toward first. Two. Full count. Reminder, tomorrow's game's on Fox. We will be back with you on Sunday afternoon to wrap up this 3-game series. And a walk to start the 9th. The pitch nowhere near the strike zone.
Only down by 2 in the way the Astros bullpen has struggled this year. You don't want to give them any more life. You add on any insurance runs here.
Hector Rondon getting ready. One count on Stassi. The catcher is 1 for 3. Singled back in the 2nd inning. Tyler Skaggs got the start for the Angels tonight. Gave up 3 runs on 6 hits. Worked 6 innings. Bedrosian 1 scoreless. Noe Ramirez 2/3 of an inning. Alvarez 1/3. Robles here in the 9th.
And Skaggs didn't have his best stuff today, but he battled. Something you try to look for as far as a young pitcher, figuring out ways to get people out when you don't have your best stuff.
So he'll go on Wednesday against the White Sox. Leadoff walk to Gonzalez is over at first. 2-1 count. They'll check in on him. Three and one. Little pop-up shallow right field. Kinsler going out. Blash coming in. Dives and Jabari can't come up with it. Falls in for a base hit. The first two have reached for Houston to start the ninth.
Great effort by Blash. Almost able to catch that ball before it hits the outfield grass. Had to come a long way to come in on that baseball. Into the glove, and then when the contact with the ground, just by the glove and kept it in front of him. Quick conversation as far as bunt defense or maybe even a pickoff at second. Fourth mound visit.
There's Kyle Tucker twice. He's grounded out to Kinsler. His first at bat he struck out, so he's 0 for 3. Last time up, Kinsler made a terrific diving catch, snagging a would-be base hit. Robbing Tucker, he takes a big hack there, comes up empty, 0-1.
Ice cream, we're ice cream. Looking good. Chocolate milk, ice cream.
Top of the order, George Springer on deck. Houston with 3 runs on 8 hits. They've left 6 on base. The Angels with 1 run, 2 hits, have stranded 3. Gonzalez at second. Stassi over at first. One-two count. 15 pitches thrown by Robles. Nobody out here in the ninth. Two. Toward the middle. Simmons has it. He's going to take it himself. 6-3 double play, 2 down.
Another double play turn in that middle infield for the Angels. 6-3 double play. Steps on the bag, completes a double play. Double play turned early on a line drive to Ian Kinsler over to Andleton Simmons.
So here's Springer, 1 for 3 tonight. Robles trying to keep this a 2-run deficit. Gonzalez over third. Yes, he did. 0-1.
On that last at bat, he took a fastball. Called third strike. Generally will be aggressive on the first pitch. Was looking fastball there. Had a break ball instead.
One ball, 1 strike. Two, 3, 4 coming up for the Angels once we get to the bottom of the 9th. Rondon's ready to go. Twenty pitches thrown by Robles. 11 balls, 9 strikes. Three-one count. Alex Bregman on deck. Here's the 3-1. And a walk, second of the inning issued by Robles. So the top of the 9th continues.
Team Maldonado going through a series of signs in case Springer's on the move. With the runner at third. Good speed at third in Gonzalez.
Some of the other scores in baseball. Tampa Bay lost today 6-5 to Miami. They are a half game better than the Angels right now in the wild card. Seattle leading the White Sox up at Safeco 3-1. That game is in the 9th. Bregman looks at a strike. Astros third baseman 0 for 3 with a walk. Here it's 3-1 Houston. Looks like the Angels have just now got someone else warming up in the bullpen. Eduardo Paredes. Bregman, this guy's been fouling out of play. 1-2.
This would be one of those counts where you would see Springer on the move. That's why you're seeing the signs right now from Maldonado trying to draw. Springer's going to try to draw the throw to second.
Two outs, runners at the corners. A 1-2 count. A lot of twinkling lights here at the Big A. The old light wave that started, what, a couple years ago? About 2-3 years ago now?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Haven't seen it as much this season.
Oh. Bregman goes down swinging this time of the ninth. Finally in the books. We'll head to the bottom of the frame. 2-3-4 coming up for the Angels. Down 3-1.
Ninth inning. Pitching change for the Astros. Rondon in the game. Now for the Astros, Mike Trout. Coming up after Andrelton Simmons, trying to represent the tying run if Simba gets on base.
Rondon, 38th game, 1-2 mark, a 1.57 ERA, 8 saves for the Astros.
And a firm fastball, 95-98. Throw a slider, changeup.
Simmons tonight 0 for 3. 2 ground outs and a fly ball to left. Rondon, 30-year-old native of Venezuela. Good arm. Big arm. And with the Giles having been sent down, falls on Rondon's shoulders. Two-zero pitch. 98 at the bottom part of the strike zone.
It's a good take though by Andrelton Simmons, knowing he has to get on base to allow Trout to come to the plate, representing the tying run. Now your approach changes.
3-1.
That is a firm fastball.
Full count. Good crowd tonight, over 42,000 on this Friday night. A close game between these two teams. Here comes the payoff pitch to Simmons, and he'll hit this one toward third, backhanded by Bregman. One down.
Pretty good play by Bregman once again at third base.
Trout tonight 0 for 3. A ground out pop-up and a soft liner right back to Keuchel in the 7th inning.
Starts him off with a breaking ball first pitch.
Back to back, 0-2.
Let's see if he tries to ride that high fastball now. See if Trout can make contact. Shoring up a swing.
Two hits tonight for the Angels. Both off of Dallas Keuchel upstairs. Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's a pretty good take. Just above the strike zone at 98.
Full count.
We'll see a lot of those 4-seam fastballs tomorrow night against Justin Verlander.
We'll see quite a few of those tomorrow.
And even Sunday with Lance McCullers, too.
3-2. Trout fouls it back. 97 on that fastball.
Nick Tropiano on the mound tomorrow. First start since June 10th.
Trout takes a fastball, bottom part of the strike zone. 2 outs. The Angels down to the last out.
Looked like one of those pitcher's pitches. Lower part of the strike zone at 98. An unhittable pitch. At the mercy of the home plate umpire. Mike Socha didn't like that call.
So Upton's up with 2 outs, nobody on, 3-1 Houston. We are in the 9th. Shohei on deck. Breaking ball in for a strike. Upton's the man who is credited with the base hit that broke up the no-hitter for Dallas Keuchel in the 7th. 2 outs in the 7th. Oh, 2. It'll be debated as whether or not that ball could be credited as a single or an error. Kessler then in the 8th inning had a base hit to left, a clean one off Keuchel. What a 2. Rondon ready. Here comes the 1-2. And a breaking ball gets him, and the Angels are down in order. And they drop the opener against the Astros by the final of 3-1.
Boy, the story of this game, we talked about the pitching matchup coming into the game. Dallas Keuchel versus Tyler Skaggs. Now it's time for a Land Rover Above and Beyond Player of the Game. Dallas Keuchel was on his game tonight, 7 2/3. Just 2 hits allowed, 1 earned run. And no hitter into that 7th inning. 4 straight wins with an ERA 1.30. That's 4 straight decisions for Dallas Keuchel.
Halos drop the opener of the series by the final of 3-1. It'll be Nick Tropiano, Justin Verlander tomorrow night. Remember, that game is on Fox. We're back with you on Sunday at 1:07 here on Fox Sports West. Stick around. Angels Live post game coming up next.